and I are like, should we do that edible?
We should have done that edible, yeah.
Because I was late? Now you guys want to do drugs?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
Why not? I mean, yeah.
We were talking about
Payback.
spiking your drink earlier, but
Oh my God.
we didn't want to be like Diddy and get sent to jail.
I mean, I do have an old bag of Coke somewhere that I mean, I haven't done that for years. And my butt's winking. No, I mean, but does Coke go bad?
I don't know.
Well, hopefully we didn't go bad from being away from too long of recording this show. Welcome back to Do It Like Danny. Welcome to Do It Like Danny, starring Cousin Louie with Cousin Angelo and starring me. We are back, everyone. We are back. It has been way too long. Welcome back, Cousin Lou.
Yeah, I'm back.
And welcome back, Cousin Angelo. The world is falling apart, and Mother Nature's angry too. What else?
Tariffs are coming, and then they're going. Who
Tariffs
knows?
are on, tariffs are off. It's like a bad episode of Squid Games,
Yeah.
right? Where the little girl turns around and sings a song and it's red light, green light. Like, 'cause I feel like we are in this weird, like, gray space right now, and everybody's just waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people too, I mean, whether you've been affected or whether you haven't been affected, I think that's a lot of it too. I think people are just they're waiting for it to happen in their neighborhood. And until it does, no one's really doing anything about it.
No.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we can write letters, we can, protest, we can, we grew up in a little bit of a different time. When people protested, right?
Yep.
Like, we're here because of Stonewall. Not Stonefire Pit restaurant, but Stonewall. So if you don't know what that is, you should refresh yourself with some history, because those are true protests. Other thing too, protests for Dodger Stadium, Chavez Ravine. You should refresh yourself with history, because right now we're in a weird space where we're kind of on the verge of multiple protests, right?
Yeah.
It sounds so dismal, like opening the show like this, right? But it's been 6 months, and
In
A
that
lot has
6
happened.
months, yeah,
a lot has
happened.
happened.
Yeah.
A lot has
of
happened.
changes.
I mean, have you guys been affected by any of this? I mean, maybe you.
So I definitely see it in the real estate market because properties aren't moving nearly as quickly and prices are coming down. We're in a really weird space. Although I don't know if I'm not directly affected though, other than, I see it, what's happening, but my life hasn't really changed much.
That's what I've heard from a lot of my friends too, is that it hasn't really changed much. Sure,
Yeah.
you see it on TV, but is it going on in your backyard?
It's happening around us.
It's happening around us, and I think that's part of it where I'm still kind of like on the fence of, I think people should write letters. I think people should start to protest. I think people should, not inciting violence, but in terms of, standing up for their rights. I feel, my personal opinion is, I feel like a lot of the things that have been thrown into the fire have been just smoke and mirrors right now. Like,
Right?
I feel like,
Very TV.
I feel as if we haven't really seen the true plan revealed, right? My personal opinion is we're moving towards that stripping away the rights of women. I feel that we are moving towards an arena where women will no longer be allowed to vote. I think they started with, the same sex because I think that's the testing ground.
It's an easier target.
Absolutely, but here's the interesting part. Even though we're an easy target, we're only 1%.
Yeah.
Why go after 1%? Because you're beta testing. You're testing to see how the public will react on a grand scale.
Isn't he also going after his political base, the Christians, the Christian nationalists?
Who
Excuse
are we
me.
talking about?
Yeah, I don't even give him any. And
no.
the thing is, I have friends that are supporters of him, and it is what it is.
Well, the
right?
top 1%. I mean, the 1% are the top. So if we're the 1%, although you're a bottom.
They don't want to hear that. There are a lot of bottoms. Speaking of bottoms,
Louis.
Why me? Why am I a bottom? How come I couldn't be
I
a top?
had to lighten
How
up the
come I
conversation.
couldn't be a top?
Louis.
You should ask yourself that.
Louis.
You should
Guilty
ask
by association.
It was getting heavy.
Poor
So-
cousin Louis, right? It was getting heavy.
I'm gonna have
It
to
was
prove
getting
I could be a top.
Yeah.
All right, let's go right now.
Yeah.
We're practically related.
Practically.
And then you put in a pause.
3 hours later.
And then we come back.
I'm all
and we're
sitting here like this. You just see like.
Our hair's all disheveled. He's got my bandana around his neck.
neck.
That's enough of that.
Welcome back, people.
Welcome back, everybody. Woo! That's it for politics. We
And
are
that's
done.
episode 1. We'll see
There
you
you
tomorrow.
go. Yeah. How's the weather? Wow, triple digits this week. It's gonna be very busy. Small earthquakes on the horizon.
I have to tell you, quite honestly, I have turned off the news.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what's happening out there, and my life is better for it.
Yeah.
It's scary, though, because I know things are in the making, and
Yeah.
we don't know how the other shoe's going to drop.
I never want to be like the theory of conspiracies and the conspiracy of the theories person.
Buckle up.
Yeah, but again, you know, whatever side you believe in, I feel that the Democrats haven't done enough.
They don't care.
And I feel like the Republicans are just so happy that they have somebody insane.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, we're people may agree or may disagree, but I really still feel that we're the laughing stock of
The world.
Oh,
of
yeah.
the world.
Yep.
Because we were a strong economy. Our dollar was amazing, and some people may argue that still may exist. Fine, if you agree with that. But you know, I have friends that travel, and they have been saying that they're just from Canada because they don't want to say they're from the United States because it opens up a flood of, you know, this laughter and this ridicule that, you know, here someone who has been elected is supposed to uphold the Constitution and is pretty much not really doing that.
Yeah.
And we could go back and forth, and I have a lot of friends on Facebook, and this is the part that I don't think people realize. So with AI, right? I don't know if you're familiar with ChatGPT, right?
Oh, yes. I unfortunately have to use it at work sometimes.
I haven't dabbled in it, but what I do realize now, I watch the people that support Trump, and what they do is they take the articles and they insert them into ChatGPT to get the summary, and then they post it on their Facebook.
Correct.
Oh.
And what happens is it doesn't sound like them. You know that it's not them.
Yes.
You know, I worked with some of these people, and I'm like, you don't talk like that.
And you can't spell that way.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. And it's interesting because then people jump on them. And I have one lady on Facebook who I adored her, but she's all about peace and love and let's help each other and it's all about energy and blah 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 blah. But yet she supports that person.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense to me. And then she posts things about, you know, he's been so amazing in his first 100 days, right? And
Yeah.
people started jumping on her.
Because it's stupid.
Correct. And she
incredibly stupid.
literally repeated this she put this on her Facebook, and she said in a comment, she said, I didn't realize everyone was going to turn this into a name calling game. And then people were like, well, don't you realize what you posted was this, this, and this? And you know what she said? She goes, I just cut and pasted it.
Of course. Of course. Because it's easier to just not do the research and have something else do it for you. And you think, oh, cool. That's the problem with AI, but that's another topic.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I don't want to stray too much on what
Yeah.
we're talking about right now about the world falling apart. But
But AI is helping
that
with
just
that.
goes to show you the level of intelligence that we no longer have.
Yeah.
We no longer have that level of intelligence. He is reaching out to a group of people, for lack of a better word, that just aren't really all there.
But do those people speak for everybody? Because I feel like it's split down the middle. I feel like that's 50% of the country, and the rest of us, the other 50%, are the ones pouncing on that, realizing what's actually going on.
I think that the other 50% are just racist.
Oh.
I honestly, like, I think that, like, there's a lot of closet racists, right? Because I don't know if you guys follow the people on Instagram. I think it's, oh God, I don't want to mess up, Danesh.
No.
is one of them, and this guy named Tizzy. And what they do is people submit these videos of, people popping off and saying, what country are you from? And blah, blah, right? Because in this day and age, there's a camera everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to be careful what you say. And then he puts it on his Instagram. He's millions of followers. And he says, this happened in New Jersey, or this happened in Portland, wherever the obstruction of justice happens, he posts it on his Instagram.
I think I know who you're talking about now.
And people find these people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they dox them.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. That's the word. They dox
They
them.
dox them.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. The word is, that's the word, doxing.
I
So,
thought that was something completely different.
Stay on topic, Angelo. Stay on topic.
I am.
Topical.
I'm
topical.
learning. I am learning and do it like Danny.
you're a dirty bird.
So it doesn't help that it's revealed about Biden's situation, right? Because nobody trusts the system anymore. So here we are 100 days or whatever plus into what's his name's election or
Thank you.
presidency.
Thank
And then we find out that the ex-president was in a coma the entire time or the last year of his presidency. So
Yeah,
do we learn
and
and
also too to
trust?
fortify your point, Biden released that he now has prostate cancer, and instead of people, this is how sad we are as a nation. Instead of people just kind of banding together and saying, "Oh gosh, condolences," or not condolences, but you know what I mean, like
Being
I'm so
sympathetic.
sorry, like prayers for healing. Now it's
Did he
how
have it?
long has he known?
Yeah.
And it's like at that point, who cares?
Yeah.
The point is moot.
Yeah.
The man's is gonna pass.
He's not
no
even our
matter
president
what.
anymore.
Exactly.
Doesn't
Let
matter.
it go.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to the supporters of that person, they were like up in arms. We're gonna find out about Epstein. We're gonna find out about UFOs. We're gonna find out about all these different things.
Did we?
We did not.
There you go.
yeah.
We did not. The Epstein files that were released were
Redacted as fuck.
redacted.
Jesus.
So but that was enough for them to be like, you see, he's making changes. How?
I've actually heard a different side of that. There's actually a lot of people on the other side that are actually upset he didn't release the Epstein files.
Where are they?
Well, you have
I
to be on
just
social
ordered them
media.
on Amazon.
Yeah.
Now I know they're redacted.
And the UFO problem, they're saying might be spies, but they're not saying who's spying. So it could still be extraterrestrial, which I don't fully believe in, but they might be actual spies in other countries.
we
again,
live
the
in a very
cons-
twisted. We're in a very twisted way.
It's
right now.
1984. You don't know
Nothing makes
you don't
sense.
know what
Nothing
to
makes
trust.
sense.
Yes.
Yeah, graffiti is back. Crime is back. I
Yeah.
feel like we're back in the 90s.
Crime is back?
Yeah, crime is back.
Crime is back, back?
Crime is back. I mean,
Oh.
because you have these smash and grab robberies
Oh,
now. You've got
yeah.
people just stealing cars and just driving them into a shop to steal shoes.
I mean, crime is back in your area in Sherman Oaks. Did you see those guys?
Yeah, yeah.
That was a big ring.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's like underground casinos. Yeah, they
Whoa.
just busted one over in Van Nuys.
Wow.
Yeah, an underground like casino. It's like by the Airtel Plaza.
Oh, really?
Right there off of Sherman Way.
Yeah, but how did they know about that? They were looking for somebody to throw them back, huh?
I don't know.
I
right?
showed up and
But
they
I hate
found
to
it.
say, but see, we're living in a very free-for-all society where there's no consequences, and again, it starts at the top. So all this outrageous, outlandish behavior you can get away with now
Yeah.
because there's just no consequences.
Yeah.
Is
You
it?
can commit crimes, and you can be elected,
Yep.
and people. But I don't.
And where's the wall? Where's the wall?
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's
Where's
true.
the wall?
Yeah.
That was promised, right? In his first presidency. Where's the wall? We all forgot about that. They spent billions of dollars on the 3 pieces of plank wood that's there.
Well, everybody's been deported, so
Thank you. Right?
there's nobody here to build the wall.
Yeah, and who's
Sorry.
paying for the deported portion?
The deported portions. That airplane that he got from the Saudi Arabians.
Oh God.
Oh my God! I mean, there's so many levels of insanity, and I know that we're sitting here and we're laughing, but like people are dying all over the world because of some of the choices that he's making, and some of these leaders that now feel, well, although yes, maybe he's crazy and will hit the button, and he's trying to end the war and do all these different things,
He's not.
right? So he thinks. It's all to benefit himself.
Yeah.
It's not to benefit America or the U.S. or any type of country. I mean, you see people now are waking up and realizing, but do you think it's enough?
It won't be enough until it starts affecting everybody. Until it really starts hitting home, when people can't eat, people can't, do the things that they normally do, then yeah, it will be. But right now, it's not as bad. It just hasn't hit yet. And nobody's moving on either side.
But you don't think it's bad? I mean, I see so many... I
don't think it's bad for Americans. I think right now it's bad for people who aren't technically Americans or people who are on green cards or on visas, student visas. Those are the ones that are being targeted. I'm not being targeted. So is it bad for me?
And if you get caught...
Is it bad for us? It might be soon. But as of right now, I don't think it's hit yet.
Well, tourism is down, so that affects the economy.
That'll affect the economy,
Correct.
yeah.
And I think really truly, when the people that supported him feel the impact of his changes, that's when it's going to turn.
Yeah.
We're only 100 days into it. We still got 3 years and 200 and something days to go. It is crazy.
I'm exhausted already.
I'm exhausted.
My God. Speaking of economy, I got a new job.
Hey,
Oh.
congratulations.
I have a new client that I take care of now, and she's absolutely wonderful. I only work 4 hours a day.
Oh, wow, look at you.
I don't have to walk a dog. Or
Do you
pick a
collect
dog
all
shit.
the hours?
I collect all the hours because I drive her, and so the reason why I bring this up is because a lot of things have happened with me in terms of changing, having a little job now, and also too, I changed roommates.
Oh,
Yes.
big news.
Yes, like underwear, I just change things.
Oh, you're like,
really
that has a shit streak. I'm throwing it out.
Shit streak, Louis! Is that what street men get?
Hey, I
Shit
use
streaks?
dude wipes, okay? My ass is clean.
I use those too, but oh my God, I think maybe I shit my pants once, but I don't think I've ever shit. What do you call them?
Shit streaks.
Shit streaks. You're like, what are you like rubbing your ass?
I'm not wiping clear, bro.
Oh my God! So I make sure that I am like whistle
Yeah.
clean. Fiber. You need more fiber.
Why are you looking at me? It's not me. My ass is clean. I will take a video and show you. I use ass wipes.
Do you notice I'm just staying really silent?
Yeah. So update. Boop, 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 boop. A new roommate. I have a new roommate. Jurgen is no longer there.
Yeah.
Aw, we
If,
like
if
her.
Darnella was here, she'd be like, Daniel,
Yeah.
are you sure?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
This is the last
this time, right? God, she's such the voice of like Judge Judy over
But
there.
we've been down this road before.
Correct.
With
Three.
before.
Correct.
With
Three.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
Times.
I got 4 or 5 times.
On this show, it's been 3 times.
Yeah. So I'm not even going there.
No more. No more. I'm going to wash that gray.
I got to
right
go
out of
back
my
to all those other
I-
times he has said no more. And it's.
But you know what? I saw somebody at the park living out of their car.
Yeah.
And I thought they looked familiar.
That would not be Jurgen. He's way too much of a princess to live out of anything other than
my
somebody else's house.
Oh,
And I have a new roommate, and she's a girl. She's a girl.
She's a girl,
She's a
huh?
real girl.
is this your first female roommate?
No.
Oh.
No.
No, you've had
Okay.
roommates in
Okay.
Vegas, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had
Okay.
Katie. Katie was my roommate in Vegas.
See, I pay attention.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. She was wild. There were some wild times in Vegas.
So is this roommate wild?
She's a little
Crazy,
wild.
a
She,
little wild?
speaking of which, she was working for Border Patrol.
Oh.
She was working as a emergency medical technician.
She got
That's her
doged?
background, and she was in Arizona, and she had a lovely job, and then
She got doged. They doged her.
they cut the funding. They put them on a 6-week
Wow.
There we
furlough.
go.
They put them on a 6-week furlough, and she thought, oh, it's not going to happen to me. It's not going to happen to me. They're not going to cut this position because it's needed because X, Y, and Z. Well,
Isn't
They-
that something, though?
right?
To protect the border, and they're cutting back on Border Patrol.
And I
Well,
and,
because
and
nobody's
she,
crossing.
and she
They don't
can't
either.
be mad. I'm probably sharing too much because she didn't vote. I've known her since 2002.
Starnella.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
No, but when did you kick Jurgen to the side?
Oh, Jürgen was out this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this
Couple
is all
months
pretty
ago.
This is
recent.
very recent. Yeah, as of
Okay.
I think March. March he was out. I asked him to pay the rent on time, and he said he's gonna leave. So that's kind of how it worked out.
Oh God.
So
How dare you.
That kind of just tells you where his thought
Priorities
process
are?
was.
How old
yeah.
is he again?
Yeah.
He's in his
82?
He's
30s,
in
right?
his 30s. He's
Oh.
like he's over 35, I think.
That's wild.
Yeah. But he's like a nomad. Like
Yeah.
he's always gonna live off of other people, not the land, other people.
Yeah.
And then came in. Oh, should I say her name? I know it's her name.
I have to blur that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just keep going.
And you know, like I said, I've known her since 2002, and God, she's been through a lot of my life. You know, she was there when Bama passed away, and she was even though I've gone back before she came to visit me in New York, she's visited me I think everywhere that I've ever been. Vegas.
Huh.
Yeah. So
And she's single.
she's you know like
or-
all of us in relationships, she was married at one point, and then she was not married, and I think she was engaged, and then that
Fell through.
kind of fell through. She's gone through her trials and tribulations just like everybody else. She's had, I wouldn't say she had a rough life, but she's been through a lot.
Yeah.
She's been through a lot, and with being through a lot, I think she just has developed this like chip on her shoulder, very similar to like kind of like what I developed. Not that I've been through like this like harrowing experiences, but I've been through a lot. I've been exposed to a lot, and I think that the old Danny, which is where I think she's at right now, the old Danny, you know, I have to be right about everything, right? And you're gonna research it. You're gonna find out ways to.
Oh, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ugh.
And that's what I learned over time. I learned that not only was it exhausting to other people, but it's exhausting to myself.
Yeah.
And I find myself slipping every now and then, and I try to remember. I'm like,
Mid Google.
yeah.
See that chip on your that chip on your shoulder, I thought was just a shoulder pad.
Great Joan Collins. Great Dynasty.
But I think I think the more insecure you are, the more you have to prove a point. I think if you're steadfast and solid, listen, you believe me or you don't have to prove anything. You
Yeah.
don't
You know
have
what?
to
That is a very good. That's a good summation of my career at some point. And I think that I was so insecure because I was running with the wolves and swimming with the sharks that I didn't want to fall in the water or fall on the ground. Because the minute you bleed, everybody's upon it, right?
Yeah.
Well, they have to start eating
like
at you.
sharks.
And they start eating at you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And at this point, it's just dealing. I'm trying to, in my new old age, as I become older,
As you blossom,
as I blossom,
Ah.
as my flowers
as he thaws out for the summer before he goes back into
I
hibernation.
go into hibernation like it.
Well, but you know what it is for me? I don't have the headspace. I don't have the headspace for all that. You know what I mean?
But
I
you,
don't.
what I envy
just-
about you, I mean, I cut you off. I'm so sorry.
no,
We're
that's
so
it.
the
That-
view
that
right
was
now. I'm
just
so
that.
whoopee. I'm so sorry.
Pass out on the table.
Right?
Not Joey Behar.
What I envy about you is your ability to like, you're so good at like meeting the people, and the people may be full of shit. And you know that they're full of shit, but you still are like, oh, that's wonderful. That's so great. Here's my card. We'll chat, right? Whereas me, I am just like, ugh, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I don't have time for
I don't have
this.
time.
And it shows on my face. And I remember, I'm the bullshitter, right? So don't bullshit the bullshitter, because don't piss on me and tell me it's raining.
It's raining, yeah.
Okay? That's a party. No, I'm just kidding.
So speaking about partying,
Yeah.
have you ever found that your freak offs have landed you in jail? Or
My freak off.
Have you been to a freak off?
Oh my God. So this one time I was in Vegas. Oh, wait. We are running out of time, and I would love to tell the story, but I'm going to be able to tell it to you tomorrow because there's more Do It Like Danny coming up with all my wonderful cousins. Keep it in the family. We hope you keep it in the family. Oh, God. Wait a minute. Don't take it the wrong way.
Yeah, we're not in Arkansas.
Yeah. And with that, do it like Danny. Oh, no, wait. And with that, remember to always tune in tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow.